The video quality on phone cameras is really good these days, and you can film purely from your phone and be pretty satisfied with it. But you still might need some help with stabilization. That's where gimbals come in, which usually costs a lot of money. But this one only costs $89. Let's talk about it. Now I should note that this gimbal was sent out to me for review, but this won't affect my review in any way, shape, or form. Anything I say here will be my own opinion. On to the review. Now the gimbal we have on hand is the MOZA Mini MX, a budget alternative to the DJI Osmo Mobile 3. That being said, inside the box you're gonna get the gimbal itself all nicely folded up, a tripod stand for the gimbal, a wrist strap in case you have butterfingers, a USB-A to USB-C cable for charging, a carrying case for everything, a quick start guide, and a manual. Alright, let's talk about the gimbal itself. As you can tell, it's a compact gimbal that's designed to fold up when it is not in use. Some of you guys may want to pull it apart naturally to like set it up, but that's actually not how it works. You're supposed to twist it at the joint near the handle, bringing it to its true form. Charges with USB-C, by the way. Now the gimbal also comes with a tripod which doesn't attach to the handle, but actually the bottom of the rotation point. And it just needs to be screwed on to be put on. And it's definitely nice to have when you need to put the gimbal down. Now the gimbal's not ready to use yet, as you have to unlock the second axis as well as the third axis. And voila, all you need to do is put your phone onto the thing and turn it on, basically. Just make sure it's charged first. And I'm gonna keep this real simple because a gimbal's a gimbal, it stabilizes your phone, and it basically does just that. It has all the basic functions you'd find on a gimbal, like the little trigger to like lock it in place. You can pan around and lock it onto whatever target you're looking at. It has a little analog stick to look around with the gimbal up and down, albeit really slowly, but you know, you're not supposed to whip it around real quick with the analog stick. That's what your hand's for. The on and off button also doubles as a take picture or start and stop recording button. You can also press the power button 3 times to switch from landscape mode to portrait mode. And there's a zoom feature, but the zoom feature can only be used on the MOZA app, which forces you to sign up for their thing to use it. But you don't have to use the MOZA app to use the gimbal's function, though the only thing you will lose out on if you use like a regular camera app or any other camera app with this gimbal is the zoom function. The start and stop recording button / take picture button still works. The whole functions of the gimbal still work. You just lose zooming in and zooming out, which honestly isn't so bad. But if you really do want to use the zoom features on this gimbal, you will have to sign up when you use their app. Just putting that out there. Something very important I should note about the design of this gimbal is that you're supposed to have your phone centered on the grip. And some of you guys might be a little apprehensive about that because you're worried it might like press the buttons from like the grip part here. But in my experience with my Note 20 Ultra, I haven't had much trouble with that. And I think MOZA did think about that when they designed the grip of this gimbal. Even then, your mileage will vary depending on the placement of your button and like how big or small it is when you put a case on it. So, you know, just do keep that in mind. Now, the main reason you want your gimbal holding onto your phone in the middle of it is so that it can handle the weight of your phone, because it's honestly not the strongest gimbal in the world. If you have your phone off to the side, the gimbal is forced to use more energy to hold up the weight of your phone leaning off to the side and preventing it from like dropping down. And in the case of this gimbal, it'll just give up after a while. But if you put it in the middle, there's no problem. And it's designed to be in the middle. After all, the cutout over at the joint here allows your phone to pass over it with no problem. And this is actually a very smart design because your gimbal can use less energy trying to like counterbalance your phone, and therefore all the battery is focused on just stabilizing your phone. So just know that if you're using this gimbal, put your phone in the middle, not off to the side. It's not gonna play well. During tests, the stabilization was really good for those close-up pans, but I think where it really shines is during vlog. Alright, I realize this isn't the best time to be recording because it is kind of getting late. But this is a stabilization test, and so far we're just walking to see how things are. And honestly, it's pretty good. I'm liking it. That's just me moving the thing around, but if I use the analog stick, you get a nice smooth movement, you know? Venture a jog or a run, it still stabilizes quite well, which is pretty nice. We're using the selfie cam just to test things out, I guess. Doesn't make much of a difference, honestly. And stabilization's still pretty good. I'm just walking. If I run a bit, ain't bad either. Regarding the battery life of this guy, I've been using this guy all day. Supposedly, it's supposed to last 20 hours, but honestly, it's doing pretty good. I don't know if it'll last 20 hours, but at this rate, I think it will, just because it's lasting me all freaking day and a little bit of yesterday for recording at home. Now, regarding my final thoughts of this gimbal, honestly, it's pretty good. It's hard to complain. It has basically everything I need. It's a competent gimbal that does its job. The only complaint I have is that to use the zoom feature, you have to use their app, and to use their app, you need to like sign up your email, which I'm apprehensive about, and I know others will be too. That's pretty much the only complaint I have, but honestly, I don't use the zoom feature, so it's not much of a problem for me. I just use my regular camera app with it, and I'm pretty much good to go. Now, if you want to buy this gimbal, I will leave a link in the description, and it is an affiliate link, so I do get a slight kickback if you buy off that link, and it helps support this channel and keep it running. Now, that's pretty much all I got today, guys, so like and subscribe if you liked the video, dislike it if you hated it, and I guess I'll see you next time.